Hello, beauties. How are you? How are you on this day? In Melbourne, it's so gorgeous. The sun is shining. The sky is clear. And the weather is just such a good analogy for the ups and downs of life, right? So we've been walking this earth long enough to have seen many different states of weather. Some days it's shiny and the sun is out, and some days it is pounding with rain, it's hailing, it's freezing, it's cold, but it always passes, right? And I want this message to be a reminder. I don't know who this is for, but I'm working away here and it's like pounding through me to give this message. Just this reminder that whatever you are going through, whatever is like pressing on you right now, the sun is always there. And sometimes the clouds are covering it. And sometimes we can't see clearly. And sometimes the nature of this world of form, of other humans in form, things, exchanges of energy in terms of what's happening for you in your relationship, what's happening for you in terms of the exchange of money and maybe anything that's pressing for you in that space. Everything is always, nature is always, and the nature of our energetic journey here is always seeking to kind of bring things back into equilibrium for us. And none of us is immune to these ups and downs of life. I can't say the word, but it's something like the vicissitudes, or someone can help me who can say that word, of life. And each and every one of us, no matter your relationship status, whether you've got kids, you don't, whether you've got a job or you don't, your race, your religion, your financial status, no matter where you are in that space, each and every one of us will continue to be shown in our lives the things that we've signed up for in terms of our growth and evolution. And often they are things that in the world of form, in the world of what we think we want on this realm, which is like just to be comfortable, just to like everything work perfectly. And when, so many of you, and me, always, when will that time come, where you can just rest and everything's peaceful and everything's flowing beautifully, right? And if we're searching for that, if we're seeking for that here, we will continue to be disappointed. We will continue to have our expectations met, because that is not what this learning assignment, this learning realm is for. And the ups and downs can get big. I don't know what you've got going on in your life, but I know there's someone who's going to tune into this that has got some really full-on stuff that you are experiencing right now. And I'm just here to remind you, darling, that it will pass. It's serving a purpose. It's for you in ways that we cannot necessarily see or understand right now. And I know each and every one of you will have had those moments where you're really pushed to the edge or things seem so overwhelming. I had that in my life this week, where sometimes things just feel at like a knife's edge, where something could go one way or another and create a completely different trajectory, right, of your life. Like this will mean this or this will mean this. And the human part of us, the ego part of us that wants control, wants to be knowing how things are going, when we get pushed up and faced with those kind of experiences in our lives, it's like we can actually go into like complete panic, right? Oh my God, stress, overwhelm, all of the things. But the constant reminder from Spirit is that doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter which way you go, which decision you make. All of it, whichever way it is, your spirit team, including you, the spirit version of you, will rearrange things. Whichever choose your own adventure you choose in terms of the world of form here, they will ensure, together with you, that your higher self version, that things will continue to keep showing up for you, for your growth and your evolution. So please, darling, whoever this message is for, because I was getting pushed, whoever this message is for, please know it's for you. And the sun is always there, shining, and the clouds and the things, right? And it's amazing, even what a day can make sometimes in our life. A difference a day can make in our lives. I know this for me, I think it was probably 2 nights ago, where I was unusually getting myself worked up. I mean, I still, have all those emotions and things, but this was like, this was getting in. This was attaching. I could feel the energy of fear starting to kind of entwine itself within my being, and it felt so like unusual now. And it was like, whoa, this is full on. And it can be really hard to get yourself back, get your equilibrium back when you're really feeling things coming in on you. And then slowly kind of things shift and move and things just make their way, and just the allowing and the surrender. I can't control this. Just let it unfold. Let go of the attachment, Alicia, to this way or that way, or how this is going to look and how we're going to do all the things, and just release it back, surrender it back, and allow it to unfold. And then within quite a short time, it's like all sorted. And then it's like, I cannot believe the dramatic difference that I'm feeling within my body now. But this also tells me I've got so much work to do. Because when we fully have surrendered our mind over back home to our creator, to our source, when we have divinely connected our mind back, then we're not going to be having those big swings, because we know that this world of form is effectively an illusion. It's meaningful, it's learning, it's growth, but that ego part of ourself is able to quieten down and not get so caught up. And I talk about a little parable in my book, which many of you will have heard, which is this idea of the farmer who has his son hurts himself, right? His son is working on his land with him, and his son hurts himself, and everyone hurts his legs or his back or something like this. And everyone says, oh no, this is so terrible. And the farmer says, maybe, maybe. And there's a whole nother, I can't remember all of it, but it's like, the rain came, I think, and washed all of his crops away. And everyone's like, oh no, this is so terrible. And he's like, maybe. But then I think it meant that for some reason, he was then able to restart everything in a way that made it ultimately better for the growth of his crops or something like that. So then it was like, everyone's like, oh wow, it's amazing. Look at all these crops you've got. Isn't this amazing? He's like, maybe, right? Just not this attachment. And then his son hurt himself, fell off a horse or something, and hurt his leg. And everyone's like, oh no, this is so terrible. Your son, your only son who works with you, he's broken his leg, or he's done this or done that. It's terrible. And the farmer says, maybe, right? And then suddenly there's war breaks out, and all the men in the village, all the able men, have to go off to war, and his son is saved from that, So there's just this, the more that we don't attach to all of the things that we think external things are going to give us this peace and sense, and just accept this world of form, what it will continue to do is to provide continuous change for us. Circumstances will shift and move. We of our nature are not designed to be stagnant. We are creative, energetic, flowing beings. So that will continue. And the more that we just can allow and receive and know that whatever is happening for you right now is perfect. Perfectly. There are no accidents. There is nothing, there are no glitches in the infinite intelligence of this universe. And things that from our human vantage point appear to be so unfair, so difficult, unbearable, from the vantage point of the true version of you is a very different perspective. Okay, that's it. I'm going back to my work now, my other work, but I was just getting like all this energy just charging through me, like, go, get on, share this. There's someone that's listening to this live or that is watching the replay that you are going through some heavy stuff right now. And this is just a little guiding, soothing reminder. Darling, 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 it's all well, ultimately. The shitstorm that you are experiencing, what appears to be a shitstorm, is not truly at the ultimate level. Surrender, drop back, release into the infinite intelligence and just allow things to unfold as they will for your highest and your best. I love you. There's heaps of you on. Let me know who you are. I know I've not been jumping in and connecting with you heaps lately. I will continue to do it when it feels like it pushes me like this. Just one more thing actually. I had a reading that I did the other day, and there was this great message that came through, which was that no human incarnates with the primary purpose of being the support person for another human being, right? And this can sound a bit harsh, right? That we're all just here for ourselves and out to look after ourselves. No, because we know at the quantum physics level, we are all infinitely connected, and we cannot, by our nature, everything is inextricably linked. But the idea that so many people have that they are just here to serve everyone else and that that's their role and that they are not to look after their own needs. My guides in this particular session, this reading with a client, made this very clear. No one incarnates for the sole purpose of being the support person for another human being. Rather, they said that once a human being is able to wake up to the truth, remember who they truly are, remember they are infinite light, remember their infinite eternal nature, and they are able to come back to wholeness within their being and join together the divinity and the human aspect of themselves, then from that place, they are able to then provide support for other humans. But until that point, the primary purpose is for that person to focus on their own incarnation. So I wanted to make that point because there was so many good points that came out of that reading that I wish I had have written them all down. But that was just one that I wanted to share with you all in case you're kind of handing your life over to be looking after all of these other people. And that may strike a chord where people might say, that's ridiculous, Alicia. What if you have a disabled child? What if you have someone that you have to completely tend and care for? Okay. Not at the expense of your own being. That needs to be done, balanced with always ensuring that you are deeply caring for your own being, because then the love with which you are able to extend to that other human has a completely different frequency than just I'm handing my life over to and doing everything for you. Because what then happens is the shadow, I don't like to use the phrase shadow, actually, it's not something I use, but the byproduct of that is building resentment. that then creates these densities of energy that then creates disease. And it's crazy, but there's so much research around this that actually people who put other people first, who are the nice people, are the people who go to harmony, the people pleasers, the ones that care for other people at their own expense, they have a much higher chance of getting really bad diseases. Gabor Mate, get into him, Dr. Gabor Mate, and he gives you all the research on that. All right, I'm done. Signing out. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm pumped. I've got my Byron retreat next week and I'm just finalizing the schedule and so excited for that, and spending the time with the women who are coming. And I hope that everything's, well, do I hope everything's going smoothly and perfectly in your life? Maybe not, because that's not the reality of our lives. So that would just be like a Pollyanna thing we say to people, but that's not the reality, is it? Is that your reality? Everything's going smooth and delicious and perfect? No, it's not. So what I hope for you, darling, is that as you're navigating all of the hoo-ha, all of the stuff, that you are able to find and go within and connect with the truth of you that knows that it is all delicious and perfect, and sailing along at that level, and that your human aspect is able to just go along with the ride a little bit and laugh and bring play and pleasure into your life. Mwah! I love you. Bye, friends.